Tonight we head to the hills of the Portuguese south coast and to the 4.6-kilometer long Autódromo Internacional Algarve, more commonly known as Portimão, for the first round of Season 2 of the Indy Euro Series. A track known for its ever-changing elevation that not only tests the skills of the drivers, but makes for an epic watch for those in the stands. We are here on both the Indy Euro Series Twitch channel as well as on the Velocity Online Racing channel on YouTube. My name is Philip Ansell, and I'm joined in the commentary booth by Jaden Innes for yet another season of Indy Euro Series action, as Jake Williams will take control and will start off the season leading his way onto the main straight. And we've actually had a big collision already in the background. I just caught that as the end as we head into turn one. So, you know, the safety car might even find his way back onto the track. But at the moment, it's still Jake Williams leading the way from Luke Smith. At the moment, it's actually Kieran Hendricks and Marco Gelli, the two drivers that already have picked up a meatball flag and will probably be heading straight back into the pits, unfortunately. But still, though, we see a little bit of a gap now already starting to form between the drivers on the alternate tyres compared to the primaries. It's falling back just slightly, though.
Yeah, the start was actually not too shabby in comparison to the first season. We'll take that. Haven't
seen too much on iRacing, actually, so it's lovely to see him back in the racing sphere and here in the IES league as well, as Alexander Strobel is right on the back of Fairweather now as we head into turn one. It's a corner where you can overtake, but the driver does hang on there on the outside. Fairweather just given enough space by Strobel. He's still got the inside though, and they bang wheels actually, and Strobel goes through, so it's just to the limit there, but it is fair and hard racing for every single position here as we see a move around the outside from Lal. Can he make it stick? Oh, sorry, that's actually Timo van Haften on Lal, I believe. So he's actually changed his livery from last season. He had a very bright DHL livery as we see Dvorak now go around the outside of Lal. So perhaps losing 2 positions already on the start of lap. Let me see, it's going to be probably lap 3 now. So let's go and have a little look then of what happened here on the race start. We didn't really see what happened. We're on board, or off board with Ben Sieber, and he actually gets collected by Hendricks. So, but yeah, no, it's just that Constantina effect, Mugello effect, if you want to call it, right in front of you. Langley, that's Strobel going round. There's another driver going slowly off the track. So Strobel now careful on the rejoin. It looked worse than it was. So thankfully he rejoins safely, but those alternates are going to be extremely cooked now as he tries to hold on to the position ahead of Kay Boutsman. Fairweather is being heavily guarded by Langley. Question is, can he get the move? He's got the run on the back straight, and he looks to have it done as we head into the hairpin braking zone. Can Fairweather get the move back, though, for the Coupe de Motorsport pink entry? With that said, Langley has pulled away a little bit, and Fairweather has to keep his eyes peeled right behind as Solveig goes into the back of Fairweather, and they've actually gone off. Fairweather's lost his rear wing, and Solveig has lost his front wing. I hope that my timing is lying to me at the moment. Both Jake Williams and Luke Smith have meatball flags. I'm hoping that that is them entering the pits. And I think Luke Smith also had a bit of damage there. So, deciding to pit early, he has a big gap here, Smith.
Closes it massive.
Oh, and he just goes completely into the back of him. Let's go on board with Luke Smith. He had a big gap, so it's interesting. Was it Williams going cautious in here, or was Luke just going a bit too quick? I think the stewards will have to have a look at that in the end.
That incident between Jake and Luke, obviously.
Oh, it's tight on exit. Sorry for interrupting you there, but it's around the outside for Dvorak, and he's got the move on Lal. Lal has the inside for the next corner, but he has very cold, hard tyres on, so Dvorak gets the track position for the moment, but can Lal get close enough to put his car down the inside and block Dvorak a little more? No, it seems like Dvorak has the edge for the moment, as we see Koprivnik losing a position. Jerry, a lovely Jerry, that drops down to 7th at the moment. Strobel now on a rampage now, trying to claim back some of the time he lost with his earlier spin. He's up into 6th, and Koprivnik on debut is doing a very good job here in 7th. His teammate won't be joining us this time, but will be joining us in the next round at Mugello. And down the inside goes Lal, and Ruva's actually turned in. Where way too early there. I was going to say they're never going to make that corner together. And as a result, he's lost his left side of his front wing. And that's going to be a major blow to his strategy and to his race in the end. So he's opening up the corner, sees Lal go down the inside. Yeah. Simple racing incident, I would have to say. As we see Jake Williams now going for a move on the Castro. He's on the soft compound tire, defending quite aggressively on the main straight. It goes very wide on the exit of turn 1. I mean, we've seen the likes of Lal going very long in his stints. Another driver also going very long is Hayden Gullis, who is fighting with Dvorak on screen at the moment. Into turn 1, gets the car turned in, runs a little bit wide, and I think that's just enough to go beyond the white line, unless there's contact here. No, actually, no, that is contact between Ruva, so that's a 4X. Again, a very, very weird incident that I don't really understand. Let's see if we get the onboard. Oh, Ruva's actually lost the rear end. And, that is so unfortunate from Dvorak.
Had a slight wiggle also at the pit.
Oh, that's Van After gone off! As we see Gullis run very wide on the exit of turn 1. Has he picked up a slowdown penalty? Goes defensive, but just doesn't have the grip, it seems like. Goes wide on the exit. Can Clarkson get the switch back, though? We hold on to the back straight. He's going to get very close to the back of Gullis. On the push to pass instantly. Gullis looks to close the door. Doesn't have the space to do so. Clarkson puts his nose down the inside. Has he made the apex? Oh, Gullis has had to take avoiding action. And what has that done? It's allowed Luke Smith to go past him. It says he still has a black flag to serve, so he isn't really in the fight for this position. Still wants to get it on track. He will get a 40-second penalty at the end if he doesn't take it. But here we go, the Ewan Langley versus Solovey. Hard versus soft. Around the outside goes Langley into turn 1. Has he make it stuck? Just about, I would say. Both drivers running wide. And another battle that we have straight away is Lal against Strobel. A lot of weaving there from the switching left to right. Lal goes defensive. Strobel looks to put his nose down the inside. Does he have the space? Lal goes wide. Let Strobel go. Can he get the move stuck? A little bit of contact between them. Force Lal wide. But I think he's going to get away with that one. But when they're fighting this much, a driver that we thought was completely out of it, he's pulled something out of the bag yet again. Jake Williams up into 8th. He's got ahead of Koprivnik and is looking to, cement his statement of, hey, I'm still here.
Man, that was a compilation of battles. Here comes another one.
Oh my god, I'm trying to catch my breath here as Koala and Clarkson are going at it yet again. Van Haften has pulled away significantly from them, and Clarkson goes very defensive. Gullis has dropped back significantly from these two, though. I think he's just trying to get to the end now. He's on 15 laps of his stint, so whether or not it's 1 or 2 laps, we'll have to wait and see. But I think the battle for the lead as well is within 3/4 of a second now. See Lal and Strobel going at it again. Lal trying to get his nose down the inside. Again, the difference is in compound. Probably isn't going to do too much, as there's actually been contact between the two of them. I think Strobel has lost some of his front wing, and he has done that, no, he actually has lost his front right end plate, and that, I think, unfortunately for Strobel's sake, is going to put him out of contention for 6th place. But still, if he can keep hold of 7th, that is going to be a very, very good position for him. We are actually on the final lap. We did not get the extra, so it looks like we're going to have victory in round 1 for Franek Sikorski. He's going to take victory, and there's contact at the line! Hayden Gullis did not make it on fuel in the end. Thomas Wright has made contact with him. I wonder if it's pushed Gullis across the line or not. We'll have to wait and see, but it is victory in round 1 for Sikorski. Thomas Wright pushed him all the way to the end. He got the gap down, but it wasn't enough in the end, with Mike Fowler picking up a brilliant P3. Yeah, and the unofficial results then for round 1 is, of course, Franek Sikorski taking victory ahead of Thomas Wright and Mike Fowler in 3rd. Ewan Langley bringing home the Thomas N car in 4th, with Kostek Solovey in 5th. Aman Lal with a very ballsy strategy, of course, going longer on the on the fuel compared to some of the others, ends up in 6th in the end after his battle with Alexander Strobel, who ends up in 7th, with the recovering champion Jake Williams in 8th. So after his collision with with Luke Smith on the pit entry. Jernej Koprivnik on debut as well in P9th, very respective from him, with Merlin Roovers, the top Cuda Motorsport car, in 10th. The leading Domed racing car of Timo van Haften comes home in 11th after his earlier excursion in turn 1 on cold tyres, with Denzel Clarkson in 12th. Philip Kovala ends up in 13th, with Roden Efnik in 14th. Kay Boutsman will be gutted with that P15, but we'll be sure to see more from her in the next race. Ended up in 15th in the end, with Wojciech Dvorak, after a late black flag, ends up in 16th, with Luke Smith in 17th, who we'll also probably see way more from further on in the championship, with Hayden Gullis, who was creeping across the line, managed to come home in 18th in the end, with Tibor in 19th. Bernardo de Castro ends up in 20th after his unfortunate black flag as well, with Pim van Gastel in 21st, Matteo Beccini, Marcel Vogt. David Payne ends up crossing the line in the end after being involved in the earlier kerfuffle at the start, with Luca Martella, Ben Sieber, and obviously Ben Sieber, the last classified car on the in the race, with the retirements being Isaac Fairweather, Ryan Niyamotora, Marco Gelli, Reese Willis, and Jacob Burke, as well as Kieran Hendricks.